fathers get one day and they're just as important as a gay uncle? You want me to celebrate my gay uncle? That's what you want me to do? And then you got the Mother's Day gets one day, but a gay uncle gets a day. So the equivalent of a gay uncle is the same as a mother and a father. Is that what we're doing right now in California or other places? So all I'm saying to you is this. Let's add one other thing to this, Newsom. Great policy. I'm with you. When children and teens are in school, they should be focused on their studies, not their screens. When children and teens are in school, they should be focused on their studies, not their genders. How about you do that next? I dare you.
Gavin Newsom just walked into a rhetorical buzzsaw. And spoiler, that slick hair wasn't enough to shield him. Patrick Bet-David didn't merely call him out. He delivered a full-on TED-style takedown, stripping apart every layer of Newsom's polished chaos. California's golden boy.
Look at California, Gavin Newsom, who's one of the worst governors, but he's got a good line of stuff, and he'll tell everyone how well he's done, but it's the first time they've ever lost more people than they gained.
And forgive me, I know he's the president of the United States. Forgive me, I didn't, right? Yeah, he calls me new scum. Come on.
Because you are.
I mean, how do I explain that to my kid? Now I have my kids' friends calling my kids new scum. That I get, because I was called that in 7th grade, but not by a 79-year-old. Model better goddamn behavior.
Look at
man.
this guy, just
Forgive the goddamn.
Just got fact-checked into dust with surgical precision. The spin cycle. Shattered, buckle up. Before we go any further, smash that like and subscribe. Welcome to California, where the sun shines, the rent skyrockets.
Gavin Newsom was on a podcast with Sean Ryan. While he's doing a podcast, CNBC releases which state is the #1 economy in America for 3 years in a row, Rob. You can post that picture. Guess what?
Bingo.
For the 3rd year in a row, Florida's #1 in economy, according to CNBC 50-state analysis for 2025. Every day, I'm at the cigar lounge the other day at the boardroom, hanging out with some of the members. One guy comes up and says, look, I won't let you know this.
And politicians rehearse for their inevitable Netflix documentary. Gavin Newsom, Crown Prince of Hair Gel and Hollow Promises. Just got steamrolled by Patrick Bet-David in a fact-driven demolition. No shouting. No spin.
If he was the Antichrist Pat at the end, I wouldn't be
He's one of the most
surprised.
skilled politicians that I've ever seen.
He's
I really respect, you can respect an enemy for their capabilities.
Yeah.
You can respect it. I respect Newsom, and he is so clever.
Oh,
and
Tom, I'm not even joking. If he announces and he becomes a president, I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the podium and he just rips off his mask and he is the devil, and I'd be like, oh yeah, we knew that.
A surgical strike powered by spreadsheets. Better known for his Instagram smirk than his governorship. Gavin Newsom has turned the Golden State into an accidental sequel to Escape from LA. The buzzwords keep flowing, while homelessness, crime, and taxes keep ballooning.
Have a great leader with great policies. If you and I were to compare Newsom and DeSantis, who's a better communicator? Newsom. Who is more physically attractive, tall, on camera, looks better? Newsom. Who likes the limelight more? Newsom. Who is probably more comfortable around people? Newsom. Do we give a shit about any of that stuff?
Then comes Patrick Bet-David, entrepreneur, strategist, and human fact-check engine, who took one look at Newsom's record and essentially said, yeah, no. Newsom's specialty isn't governing, it's performing. Every press conference feels like an Apple keynote. Smooth delivery, glossy buzzwords, and features that never actually...
Listen, the fact that he's presenting an argument the way that he does in a logical way is the reason why I don't know a lot of people that don't love their governor in the state of Florida. And if they do, they're on the opposite end. But the people that are working, what clip is this, Rob, with Newsom? Is he talking about DeSantis?
No, this is Gavin Newsom talking about President Trump, talking about him masquerading in fate.
And cussing.
Meanwhile, California burns, the grid collapses, and the water dries up. But hey, at least the optics are flawless. Patrick wasn't dazzled. He rolled out the numbers like a finance professor tearing apart a doomed startup pitch. While Newsom polished his halo, the state unraveled. $20 billion.
We literally don't care about that. We care about results. What did DeSantis do when there was a hurricane and a bridge went down? 2-3 days it's built up. What happened when all the issues, what's going on in the state of Florida? Like this. What happened when he, at some points they had certain policy during COVID that they didn't like, and boom, within a week or two they adjusted. But it was like this, right? It was so quick the way that we're doing it. And that's a sign of a great...
Poured into homelessness, and the crisis only grew. Tent cities multiplied. Consultants got richer, and the bureaucracy swelled. It's like Newsom invented a reverse fundraiser. The more you give, the worse everything gets. Meanwhile, Newsom tours the country bragging about California's compassion.
Gavin Newsom says he's against fossil fuels, but when you hear him talk, he's one of the oiliest guys you're going to meet.
Ooh,
Good pun. See what I did there? See what I did there?
pun.
But one of the things that he talks about is we created green jobs. He doesn't talk about the thousands and thousands of Tesla jobs that left.
Yep, that's
When
right.
he says we created green jobs. So you have to listen to what Gavin Newsom says. You don't need to fact check this guy, but you have to context check him constantly.
I like that.
Because
I like
he
that.
always
Context check.
Correct.
I like that.
We've
Good point.
created green jobs. What about the thousands that Elon Musk took to Texas?
Spoiler, compassion doesn't smell like urine and despair. More than 800,000 people fled, not just baristas, but tech founders, business owners, and entire families. Patrick gets it. He moved to Texas himself, not for the brisket.
All that reputational damage that's being done as they're sitting there on horses with American flags running through soccer fields, scaring kids that are playing soccer in the middle of the day at a summer camp. For what? Just toughness. It's a weakness masquerading as strength. That's what I don't like about this son of...
But to escape California's sky-high taxes, suffocating regulations. An ideological circus.
I don't know if you have it or not. If you do, there's a clip. Is this the one? Go ahead and play this clip. Same interviewer, by the way. Coincidence, but go ahead.
Mind would want to run when you have someone of such esteem as our incumbent president of the United States, with a record of accomplishments and a man of character, a man of decency.
You can't run a state like a fashion show without tripping the economy. California taxes anything that moves, with a 13.3% top rate, the highest in the country.
What is your side saying to, okay, besides the Trump evil Hitler, because that shit didn't work, your side literally called him Hitler and the guy got shot in the freaking head. Okay, that's your party. Now he's going to be gone. Okay. Who are you guys going to put up? Who is it? Because it looks like it's going to be Gavin Newsom. He's podcast, all this shifting to the other side. You guys literally have nobody.
I would bet you any amount of money that it's not Gavin Newsom.
It's going to be the front runner for this upcoming.
I will bet you any amount of money that the nominee in 2028 will not be Gavin Newsom.
Businesses are fleeing faster than influencers during a TikTok outage. Patrick spelled it out clearly. California isn't business friendly. It's business hostile, wearing a friend.
And Bill talks about this all the time. It's so crazy. He can go to the 9th step. He just can't get to that 10th step. He's constantly talking about the wokeism. He's constantly talking about kids being indoctrinated, about the regulations, trying to build something on his house, an extension of a house that takes 7 years when it should have taken 7 days. He talked about the taxes. He talked about the crime. He's talked about the homelessness. But there's some personal relationship with Gavin Newsom, which he mentioned on the podcast with you.
He loves it.
He said, I love him, that he can't just take that next step.
Friendly mask. And that mask is starting to crack. Patrick didn't need hyperbole. He rolled the footage, smash and grabs, shuttered store.
Newsom, here's my suggestion to you. Choose a podcast format, go for 3 hours, okay? And do it this way. You come to us, okay?
There you go.
We will guarantee 3 hours. We'll guarantee minimum $1 million to both just to participate to your campaign. We'll do a super chat. People will be able to call in, all that other stuff. But it shouldn't be 2 minutes. Oh, stop. No, okay. No, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see if DeSantis, I want to see if Newsom can talk for 10 minutes with an answer, and I want to see if DeSantis can give a long.
Retailers fleeing the state. California, where capitalism goes to die. Newsom blames everything except himself.
Governor Newsom and Mayor Bass, I got a question for you. With all the riots that's taking place in your great city of LA and state of California, do you guys have any plans of telling these folks to stop? I noticed on X, neither one of you guys had said anything. Does that mean you support it? If you don't say anything and it takes you hours not to do this, maybe this is a strategy. it gets a lot of people to question and say, maybe this is going to continue, this behavior of rioting is going to bleed into other states like Texas, like New York, like Illinois, maybe even in DMV, you know, DC, Virginia, Maryland area, maybe other states, maybe Phoenix, Arizona a little bit, because this is a...
Meanwhile, $128 billion in education spending buys students activism slogans instead of arithmetic. Newsom calls it progress. Patrick calls it malpractice. California sits in the bottom 10 for literacy and math, yet the governor's busy eyeing the president.